the lines from very famous poem for our slogan, be excellent or be extreme. So our slogan is be excellent or be extreme. Atomy business, if you be very excellent, if you are very excellent, then you don't have to be extreme. If you're very excellent, then you don't have to go extreme. But what is excellency? It's like working like the public officials. How long they work every day? 8 hours. So you need to spend at least 8 hours for Atomy business. Don't wake up like in 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and come to center and go back to home like at 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Don't do that. You will not succeed with that way. So at least you need to be very excellent about this business. Those smart people cannot even succeed without being excellent. So you need to become very excellent. How many hours a day? 8 hours, at least 8 hours. So if you don't work more than 8 hours, then you should work more. But there's one issue. Even when you work excellently, like by working 8 hours every day, but still you have some problems, then you need to become very extreme. Then in Atomy you can succeed. Me myself, I used to be very not successful by being excellent. So I did everything like extremely. Like I didn't sleep. So be excellent or be extreme. Then you can succeed in Atomy. Why? Because Atomy is a company, distribution company. For a distribution company, in order to become successful, it needs to sell great products at lower prices. So our competitors are not those network marketing companies. Our competitors are those discount markets and department stores for quality and home shopping, internet shopping malls. They are our competitors. So that is why we pursue absolute price and absolute quality. For daily necessities, if they are cheap and good, would you buy it or not? Of course, yes. For necessaries, so we have absolute price and absolute quality necessaries. You don't have to ask people to buy those products. You don't have to be afraid. You just tell them we have great price and great quality necessaries, right? But of course, not everyone is welcoming our products. But you don't have to be care about that because we have a lot of people there. If you're rejected, just don't care. Don't care about them. But don't care. But later on, like a few weeks later, you can also tell them again. If you didn't try like for 10 times, then that means you didn't even try. So at least 10 times. At least tell them 10 times. That equals 1 time. Why? Because if you like, if you tell some people like this is Atomy product, and that is the first time for them to listen. they have never heard of Atomy or Hemohim, but suddenly you would come and you would introduce the Hemohim, and then they would reject, of course. They would not accept the product or brand. So if you tell them one time, then they will do their research, like searching for the internet. So you should do it at least for 10 times. You should not expect they would accept it immediately. So 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. After telling them for 10 times, then you would think that that counts 1. And until when? Until that person or you would die. Right? So you should keep telling them and introducing our products. Those bad salesperson, they are concerned about reactions of others, right? But those excellent salesmen, they just tell without any concern, this is new product, this is cheap and very good, you can try it. And you don't have any concern, and you go and visit other person, and who would concern? The person who were introduced, right? But those bad salesmen, they would be nervous about what to say overnight, and next day they will say selling products is very hard, but actually they didn't do anything. But those experts, they just tell everything they know. This is good, this is cheap, you can also earn a lot of money, like $100K every month. And if the person asks you about the details, then I didn't actually know. So you can come and visit and join the seminar with me. And if you repeat that, then one day that person would say, I can try and come to the seminar. And we also have some people in this room who came here because they don't really have anything to do. And we have those excellent people among them who would become royal masters later on after finding their passion in Atomy. So your job is to deliver information, and concern is what the person would do, not you. Delivering information is your job. So when I was not good at selling products, because before that I worked in an office for 17 years, so selling something was not a very easy one for me, not familiar for me. So I set a goal. I would meet 10 people and I would explain the product. And my goal was not selling the product. My goal was to meet 10 people and introduce the products. I made that decision. And one day I met 9 people and it was 10 p.m. and one person left, right? But it was 1 p.m. So I decided to meet my close friend, and I visited his home. And actually, he loves to talk about some details, and I was concerned about his reaction, so I couldn't really call him. Although I was in front of his house, so I was in the playground and thought for a long time. So I just thought I will stay here overnight. That was November, and it was a chilling weather, so cold. So I just told myself I will rather tell him and go back home. It's too cold. So I called him. What are you doing? Come outside. I'm in front of your house. And he came outside. And I sat next to him. And we talked for a half hour. And I couldn't really remember what I said before. And my friend said, "Why did you call me? Why? What made you to come here?" So I just went straight forward and I said, "Actually, I started a new business." And he said, "Is it multi-level marketing?" So I said, "Oh, yes." It was really difficult to start saying about it, but I was kind of like afraid of being rejected. But anyways, I told him, and he said that, "Oh, I knew it. I heard that that could be another new business of the future. And how did you start this kind of business?" So he said, "What do you want me to do?" So I sent him a box of cosmetics like this. I sold this product to one of my bad friends. So back then, I realized something. That's the rule of your mind. So, which is that buying it or not buying it is totally up to that person's mind. So I call it the law of that person's mind. So I realized that law, and from that moment, I felt like I'm enlightened. So please remember the law of the person's mind. And then after recognizing, you could be the master of this business. You know, Atomy has the absolute quality, absolute price product. And we have been grown with this key principle. Not all people will accept your information. Sometimes someone you didn't expect could accept it, but sometimes someone you expected might not accept it because it is all up to their minds. Now we met Atomy, and we need to be excellent or be extreme. Being extreme means we need to work for 8 hours a day, and then you must be successful. And if you could not do that, you need to be desperate. If you're not really good at introducing the business, at least you need to clean the center. And also, if you are shy going out alone, you need to follow your partners or sponsors. You need to at least follow them. If you do it for a year, you need to keep doing that. And it means that you are doing the job desperately. And no matter how a person good at it, if he or she is with a companion, he or she might get more energy. So that's why it is important to follow that successful person. If your sponsor succeeded at recruiting, the sponsor will give the recruitment to you. Of course, sometimes the sponsor doesn't want to give that recruitment to you, but if you follow he or she, him or her, you will get that recruitment beneath your line. So that I would like to say that you need to have hopes and you need to be humble. And if you do it for a long period of time, you might be successful. And I always say that you will get 100 million Korean won per month if you become a successful person, and then you will have 2 or 3 houses, and you will own your house, and you could give the house to your children, and at least you need to give them a house. If you reach You could purchase a house to your children, but if you say that you need to raise your children independently, I don't care about I don't care the rest of your life, and please live independently. If you say say like this, I might say you are not a good parent. And if you say you want to raise your children independently, it is kind of like you are admitting that you are not a good person, good parent. Because our younger generations are living a really difficult life. Back then in the future, most of our generation at least could have a job. But now they have difficult times in finding their jobs. So now in the society, a lot of young generations have difficulties in finding their jobs. Back then, in the past, at least we had a hope that we could purchase a house. But the young generation don't have that kind of hope. So that's our faith. We need to purchase a house for our children, and it means that you are rich. But if you say, if we make 100 million Korean won per month, we are rich, so we could buy a house to the children. We could also give a lot of houses to a lot of children, and you can make more children, I might say. So I will say that if you meet Atomy, every single difficulties related to economy and finance will be solved.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.